Oh, it's a white pony.
Mr. Burns tries to relive his glory days and crosses paths with a mysterious music mogul who throws parties full of excesses. And we also see plenty of rappers, like for example Snoop Dogg,
I seen JG, Pimp, Lie, and Ride.
betrayals and strange friendships.
You make me believe I can fly.
A viral image of P. Diddy on The Simpsons has hit the internet. It shows an image of P. Diddy as a character on The Simpsons running from the police. He's wearing a pink suit and matching sunglasses in this photo.
So there's this wild theory going viral on social media right now about The Simpsons and Diddy. And people are convinced that The Simpsons were secretly trying to warn us and low-key expose Diddy's freak-offs with young men. This theory is all over TikTok, X, and Reddit, and people are digging up old episodes, dissecting scenes, and making all kinds of connections to suggest that The Simpsons were dropping hints about Diddy's secret life way before it hit the headlines. But is this a reach, or do The Simpsons really know too much? So before we get into the stuff about Diddy, let's quickly talk about how The Simpsons became the gold standard for conspiracy theories when it comes to predicting the future. I mean, at this point, it's become a meme that if you want to know what's going to happen in the world, just watch The Simpsons. But seriously, how did The Simpsons get so good at predicting future events? Let me give you just a few examples. All the way back in 1993, an episode titled Marge in Chains showed a fictional virus called the Osaka flu spreading around the world. And in the same episode, there's a reference to killer bees, which sounds very similar to the murder hornets that made headlines during the early months of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Please don't tell the supervisor I have the flu.
I've been working with a shattered pelvis for 3 weeks.
Oh, my juice loosener's never gonna come.
Hey, Dad, this came for you in the mail.
Woohoo! Mother, get an extra special hug ready. I bought you a new juicer. Good Lord, flu germs entering every orifice in my head.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. What the?
The dreaded Osaka flu has hit Springfield with over 300 cases now reported.
And now for an emergency announcement from the mayor.
People of Springfield, because of the epidemic, I have canceled my vacation to the Bahamas. I shall not leave the city. Hey, you, get that steel drum out of the mayor's office.
Sorry, man.
We need a cure! We need a cure!
Why, the only cure is bed rest. Anything I give you would only be a placebo.
Where did we get these bows?
Maybe there's some in this truck. I'm cured. I mean, ouch.
All right, folks, you've seen this story. A roughly 2-inch long insect known as the murder hornet has made its way to the United States for the first time ever. As if we don't have enough to worry about. Just the nickname of the Asian giant hornet is enough to make you panic.
Fast forward to 1995, and in the episode Lisa's Wedding, The Simpsons featured a scene where someone was using a wristwatch to communicate long before smartwatches like Apple Watch were even a thing.
The Simpsons predicted smartwatches back in 1995. In Lisa's Wedding, a character uses a watch to make a phone call years before smartwatches existed. Fast forward to 2015, and Apple releases the Apple Watch. This prediction was one of many technological foresights the show had. Could The Simpsons be time travelers? Or are they just incredibly lucky with their predictions?
Then in the episode titled Bart to the Future that aired in 2000, The Simpsons predicted that Donald Trump would become president of the United States. And this one was so accurate that people started side-eyeing the writers, wondering if they had access to some insider information.
How did The Simpsons predict this so well?
These are just a few of the many examples that have people believing that The Simpsons are either incredibly in tune with world events or, as some conspiracy theorists believe, part of some secret society that feeds them insider knowledge about what's coming. Now let's shift gears to Diddy, because it turns out The Simpsons may have been warning us about what a menace this man has been for years. So there have been a ton of horror stories resurfacing lately about Diddy's infamous white parties in the Hamptons, with most of the recent allegations claiming that Diddy did something horrific to a 16-year-old boy at one of these white parties back in 1998. According to a new lawsuit obtained by Fox News Digital, Diddy allegedly took interest in a 16-year-old John Doe at one of his Hamptons parties, and Diddy told the boy that he had the look and could transform anybody into a star. In the lawsuit, John Doe alleged he spotted countless celebrities and A-listers who formed the music and entertainment industry. He recognized faces he had seen on TV and on the big screen, and according to the complaint, John Doe also took a picture with Diddy at the event. The lawsuit states, in 1998, when John Doe was only 16 years old, he was recruited out of New York City, and indeed, while residing in New York City, received an invitation to one of Combs' parties through a mutual connection. When he received the invitation, he felt like he finally had the opportunity to rub shoulders with the who's who of the industry. He thought it could be his chance to break into the music industry. However, John Doe alleges that this pleasant conversation with Diddy took an unexpected turn for the worst, when Diddy allegedly told him that he needed to drop his pants. John Doe, caught completely off guard, confusingly asked Combs to repeat himself. The lawsuit states Combs made himself clear. He instructed John Doe to drop his pants and expose his private parts so that Combs could inspect it, explaining it was a rite of passage and the route to becoming a star, and also as a way to prove himself. Diddy allegedly asked him, "Don't you want to break into the business?" John Doe claims he immediately felt uncomfortable, froze, and did not know what to do, while Diddy allegedly remained calm and stood in front of him and stretched out his hand in a cupped position. The lawsuit then goes on to say that out of fear, anxiety, and the imbalanced power dynamic between himself and Combs, John Doe then dropped his pants and exposed his private parts as Combs previously instructed. Combs moved closer and grabbed John Doe's parts with his hand. He firmly cupped and held onto John Doe's privates for an extended period of time. Diddy then allegedly let go and told the boy that his people would be in touch, and continued with the party as if nothing had happened. Now, what does this horrific lawsuit have to do with The Simpsons? Well, first of all, keep in mind that multiple people have described these white parties as having a weird, almost ritualistic vibe, and some even say that these events were more than just parties, they were allegedly industry initiations. These theories about Diddy's involvement in darker, more secretive corners of the industry have circulated for years. It was even rumored that he had a harem of young rappers and promising up-and-coming artists that he allegedly manipulated and controlled in exchange for career advancement. Also, remember John Adi, that guy who claimed Diddy kept him as his ex-slave? Well, Adi also alleged that Diddy is a member of something called the Boule, or Black Illuminati, and they all engage in some type of sick rituals and sacrifices.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist. I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts.
So how does this tie into The Simpsons? Well, in the episode The Mansion Family, which aired in January 2000, Mr. Burns throws a lavish party for the Hollywood elite on his yacht. And while the guests are partying, there's this underlying theme of manipulation and control. Fans of The Simpsons have dissected this episode, claiming it's a metaphor for what really goes down at Diddy's famous white parties. The idea is that these parties aren't just for fun. They're part of a larger agenda to bring young, impressionable artists to the dark side of the industry. Now here's where things get even wilder. According to some conspiracy theories, The Simpsons isn't predicting the future as much as it's showing us what's already happening behind the scenes. And one of the biggest theories floating around is that Matt Groening, the creator of The Simpsons, is part of the same secret society as Diddy. This secret society has long been rumored to control everything from politics to entertainment. And according to this theory, Groening isn't so much predicting the future as he is showing us what these people get up to behind the scenes. People who buy into this theory believe that The Simpsons episodes are filled with hidden messages about the entertainment industry's darker side, including the manipulation of young stars and the rituals that take place at those infamous parties. Now remember that episode where Homer joins a secret society called the Stonecutters? Some say this episode is a direct nod to the Illuminati, and if you look closely at that episode, the rituals and secrecy of the Stonecutters feel very similar to the rumors surrounding Diddy's white parties and those freak-off sessions.
Coming through! Can't throw me out. My father's a member. I'm in.
Okay, Homer, you're in. Just don't point that thing at me.
Oh, thanks, Lenny. When am I going to be initiated?
As soon as number 1 gets here.
Number 1? What kind of stupid wiener name is that? Hello, my name is Number 1. And so forth.
We call each other by number, not by name. Carlos number 14, I'm number 12. Burnsy's number 29.
You outrank Mr. Burns here?
Sure. What? Hey, 29, get over here!
Thank you, sir. May I have another? Patience, Monty. Climb the ladder.
Is he the leader?
Of this chapter, there are chapters all over the world, and it has been foretold that someday a chosen one will...
Okay. I didn't ask for your life story.
Let the initiation begin.
All stonecutters must take the leap of faith. If you survive this 5-story plunge, your character will be proven.
Happy landings!
I think I have to do it again. My blindfold came off.
This ritual is called crossing the desert. And this we call the unblinking eye.
Hey, have you ever noticed that the crossing the desert is a lot like the unblinking eye? It's exactly like the wreck of the Hesperus.
And now the final ordeal, the paddling of the swollen ass with paddles.
And by the sacred parchment, I swear that if I reveal the secrets of the stonecutters, may my stomach become bloated and my head be plucked of all but 3 hairs.
I think you should have to take a different oath.
Everyone takes the same oath. Welcome to the club number 908. You have joined the sacred order of the stonecutters, who since ancient times have split the rocks of ignorance that obscure the light of knowledge and truth.
Now, according to some insiders, these same types of initiation rituals took place at Diddy's white parties. Only the rituals were allegedly much darker than what The Simpsons could show you. And the idea is that once you've been to one of those parties and have gone through the initiation rituals, you are part of the system, and getting out is nearly impossible. And this ties into the theory that Diddy is more than just a rapper and criminal. He's also allegedly a gatekeeper for the much larger, darker organization that is rumored to control the entertainment industry. Now, whether you believe in these conspiracies or not, it's hard to deny that The Simpsons has a crazy track record when it comes to predicting world events. And with Diddy's long history of questionable behavior, it's not hard to imagine that there might be something more sinister going on behind the scenes. But let me know your thoughts on this. Were The Simpsons really trying to warn us about Diddy and the dark side of the entertainment industry? Are The Simpsons really predicting the future, or are they just really good at reading the room? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't miss out on this next video.